If your life feels stagnant, if opportunities seem scarce, if time passes quickly and your blessings remain hidden, it is not due to a curse. It is not because the heavens ignore your needs. It is not a reflection of your worth, power, or potential. Instead, it is because you have overlooked fundamental principles, and more critically, you have forgotten that these principles respond solely to spoken words. You have anticipated change, yet change has been awaiting your voice. You have implored the skies for a sign, when the sign was meant to originate from your own lips. To be clear, your life does not transform through emotion or effort. It shifts the moment you speak in harmony with truth. This is the precise moment when the divine intervenes. This is the instant the unseen realm begins to take shape. Until then, it remains still, prepared, listening for your declaration. Because form cannot manifest without the spoken word, you were not destined to be a silent observer. You were born to be a confident speaker. Your mouth is not for complaints, nor is your breath for worries. Your voice is an instrument of authority. The universal laws do not react to your mood, but to your spoken command. When you speak in alignment, obstacles are overcome. When you declare a word, reality conforms. When you release principles with rhythm, power immediately manifests. There are 10 principles, 10 divine mechanisms of spiritual operation that act without hesitation or delay when you speak them with understanding. Each possesses the ability to transform your life the instant it is declared. This is not magic, but alignment with divine intelligence. These principles are already woven into the fabric of your existence. You have been subject to them, whether you recognized it or not. But now, you will consciously, boldly, and rhythmically live with them, through them, and by them. These are not mere affirmations, they are declarations. They are not hopes, they are commands. When you speak them, you are not asking for divine intervention. You are aligning with the fact that divine action has already occurred. You do not plead for abundance. You declare its gateway open. You do not whisper into the void. You declare into the field, and the field must respond. Therefore, I say to you, child of the Most High, soul who has waited long enough, seeker who has yearned for signs and power, today, you become a speaker of principles. Today, you reclaim your true identity. Today, you cease waiting for evidence and begin creating it with your voice. You will not merely hear these 10 principles. You will speak them. You will embrace them. You will feel their power in your very being as they leave your lips, because the moment these words enter the atmosphere, something changes. Energy organizes, form obeys, and life transforms not someday, but immediately. This is the moment of return to power, return to speech, return to divine principles. And it begins with the word. Before you can activate any of the 10 principles, you must comprehend the one that supports them all, the principle of spoken formation. Everything originates here. Nothing moves without it. The moment you speak in alignment with spirit, you begin to create form. The invisible becomes visible. Energy becomes matter. The word becomes the world. The first sentence of scripture was not a hesitant whisper. It was a command of creation. Let there be light, and there was light. This was not poetry, it was a pattern. It was a principle revealed in the very first line of the divine manual. Not because the divine needed words, but because you would. Because your power would be linked to the word. Because the principle would forever respond to what is spoken. John 1:1 states, "In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God." In the beginning, not thought, not effort, not planning, but the Word. Spoken, essence, divine, vibration cast into the formless to summon form. This is the blueprint of all things. If it is not spoken, it remains dormant. If it is not declared, it is not born. If it is not charged with rhythm, it cannot organize chaos. This is not a metaphor, it is metaphysics. Every sentence you speak energizes the field around you. Every phrase becomes a mold that reality must fill. The principle of spoken formation asserts this. Your world consistently follows your word, not occasionally, not when you are emotional, not only when you feel prepared. Every single time you speak in spiritual alignment, you initiate formation. The unfortunate truth is that most people speak without realizing they are creating. They say, "I cannot afford it," and create scarcity. They say, "Nothing ever works for me," and create misalignment. They say, "I am simply tired of trying," and the field hears and obeys. But now, your word is being purified. Your mouth is being rededicated. Your voice is returning to its original purpose, not to express frustration, but to unleash creation. You will no longer use your voice to describe what is. You will use it to command what shall be, because you are a spiritual architect, a speaker of principles, a creator of form, and now you know the fundamental truth. Whatever you speak with conviction appears. Whatever you speak with fear materializes. Whatever you speak without awareness results in confusion. But what you speak in spiritual rhythm becomes your life. Repeat with me now. In the beginning was the Word, and now I speak mine. Let us continue. Let us now delve into the core of divine principles. These are not theories. They are spiritual mechanics and unseen forces of reality that respond with immediate obedience to the spoken word. The first three principles I will share with you now are those that transform your environment the moment they are uttered. No delay, no preparation, only agreement and declaration. Speak them, and something must change. Principle 1, the principle of substitution. Fear cannot be expelled by willpower. It cannot be reasoned with or ignored. It must be replaced. And what replaces it is truth spoken aloud. The principle of substitution states, every time you speak a higher vibration, the lower one must dissolve. You cannot think your way out of fear, but you can speak your way out. When you declare, I cast out fear with faith, there is no room for both. You are not pleading, you are commanding. You are declaring that two masters cannot govern your inner space, and the principle obeys. Fear dissipates when truth is declared, not silently, but rhythmically. Do not contend with the lower vibration. Substitute it, override it, replace it, and the principle will enforce the change. Say it now, I cast out fear with faith. There is no room for both. Principle 2, the principle of expectancy. What you anticipate with confidence, you attract. What you anticipate with doubt, you repel. The principle of expectancy states, your spoken word determines the level of your manifestation, and that level is determined not by what you desire, but by what you expect. You must declare aloud, I expect the miraculous. I walk in divine assumption, not hope, not possibility, but divine assumption. It is done, it is here, it is mine, and the universe perceives that vibration, not your timeline, but your conviction. Expectation is not wishful thinking. It is an energetic structure. And your expectation, when spoken boldly, draws manifestation like a magnet. Say it now. I expect the miraculous. I walk in divine assumption. Principle 3, the principle of increase. Bless, and it multiplies. Curse, and it diminishes. Whatever you speak a blessing over money, time, energy, people will increase. This principle does not require belief. It simply requires utterance. The field cannot multiply what you do not bless. Most people unknowingly speak curses. There's never enough. It's always running out. I can't keep up. These are not mere statements. They are agreements. But when you bless what you possess, even if it seems small, the principle of increase activates immediately. Say this aloud, I bless my life, and it overflows in perfect ways. You are no longer waiting for more before blessing. You are blessing to create more. Now say all three together. I cast out fear with faith. There is no room for both. I expect the miraculous. I walk in divine assumption. I bless my life, and it overflows in perfect ways. These are not affirmations. These are keys. And now, they are yours. You have now transformed your inner atmosphere. But divine principle does not stop at the soul. It governs circumstances. It governs outcomes. It governs the external as well as the internal. These next three principles are given to transform what surrounds you, to speak into challenges and witness their resolution, to speak into scarcity and observe abundance return, to speak into delays and watch divine timing accelerate. These are the principles of external reordering. Principle 4, the principle of reversal. This principle is your spiritual shield. It states that every appearance is subject to reversal when truth is spoken over it. This means that no matter what a medical diagnosis states, what a bank account shows, or what a document declares, you hold the final word, not because you are forcing reality to change, but because reality is subservient to divine word. Say this when the world attempts to intimidate you. Every delay is a divine setup. My good cannot be denied. Do not contend with the appearance. Reverse it. Speak over it. Use this sentence like a sword, and you will witness firsthand what principle can achieve. Principle 5, the principle of divine compensation. What was lost returns. What was stolen is restored. What seemed wasted is accounted for and returned by spirit. The principle of divine compensation states that the divine keeps perfect records. Your role is not to compensate for the loss. It is to speak restoration. You are not a victim of time. You are not a victim of theft. You are a speaker of return. Declare it now. What I lost returns multiplied. Spirit accounts for all. That sentence is not merely hopeful. It is legally binding. In the court of divine principle, what you declare becomes precedent. Speak this principle over every failed agreement, every unpaid debt, every betrayal. The principle will balance your accounts. Principle 6. The principle of circulation. Nothing given is ever truly gone. Nothing shared is ever diminished. Everything moves in divine rhythm unless you obstruct the flow. The principle of circulation states that what you bless and release returns multiplied. This is not about giving to receive. It is about recognizing your life as a flowing river, not a stagnant reservoir. If you cling to your money, your time, your energy in fear, you impede the flow. But when you speak blessings into your giving, no matter how small, the principle releases increase. Declare it now, before the mind raises objections. I give in truth, and it returns sevenfold. Do not give without purpose. Give with principle. Give with speech. Give with rhythm. And the return will surpass your logical understanding. Say these aloud now. Let them replace every old fear, every defeated thought. Every delay is a divine setup. My good cannot be denied. What I lost returns multiplied. Spirit accounts for all. I give in truth, and it returns sevenfold. These are not prayers. These are decrees. And reality must comply. You have addressed fear. You have addressed circumstances. Now you must address yourself. Because no matter how much truth surrounds you, it cannot reach you until it flows from within you. These next 3 principles govern identity, alignment, and destiny. They transform not just what you perceive, but who you are. Principle 7, the principle of recognition. You do not receive what you desire. You receive what you recognize yourself to be. The principle of recognition states that until you speak your identity, life cannot reflect it. If you perceive yourself as struggling, you will gather evidence of struggle. If you speak of yourself as lacking, you will experience lack even when opportunities arise. But if you declare with rhythm and boldness, I am one with wealth, wisdom, and wonder, then the field will affirm it, the principle will confirm it, and the divine will hasten to validate your word. This is not ego, this is agreement. Speak it again. I am one with wealth, wisdom, and wonder, and feel your self-image realign. Principle 8. The principle of alignment. This principle states that form must follow the aligned word. If you desire clarity, speak clarity. If you desire peace, speak peace. The mouth is not a mirror, it is a mold. The moment you speak what is true of spirit, not of fear, not of facts, but of spirit, form begins to conform. Say it aloud. I speak only what is true of spirit, and it appears. Not what is true of your past, not what is true of statistics, but what is true of the divine mind, that you are provided for, that you are supported, that you are powerful, that you are never beyond the reach of grace. Speak only that, and the form will shift. Principle 9. The principle of destiny activation. This principle is the breakthrough, the liberation, the code that releases your highest timeline. It states, your spoken word reveals the next step in your divine path. You are not lost, you are not stuck, you are not uncertain. You are simply silent, and your destiny has been waiting not for a sign, but for a sentence. When you declare, I walk in perfect self-expression, nothing can block what is mine. You are not pleading for clarity. You are establishing it. You are commanding the crooked paths to straighten. You are declaring to both heaven and earth, I know who I am, and I will not be denied. Say it again. I walk in perfect self-expression. Nothing can block what is mine. Your path is not discovered. It is spoken, and you have just spoken it. Now let all 3 of these identity principles permeate your being. Speak them slowly. Speak them deeply. I am one with wealth, wisdom, and wonder. I speak only what is true of spirit, and it appears. I walk in perfect self-expression. Nothing can block what is mine. Say them again. Let them reshape your demeanor. Let them clothe you in new authority. Let them call forth your future. Now we arrive at the culmination, the anchor, the principle that empowers all others. This is not merely a principle. It is a spiritual decree. And when you speak it, Nothing can overturn it. This is the principle of divine finality. It states that what you declare as complete in the divine mind becomes unchangeable. The field ceases to fluctuate, the energy stabilizes, the vibration solidifies, and form rushes into alignment. This principle makes your declaration final, not just possible, not just probable, but finished. You see, most people speak and then wait, then doubt, then waver. They say, I know it's coming, followed by, but what if it doesn't? This stubble cancels the decree, it weakens the word, it short-circuits the power of the command. But when you declare, it is done. I have spoken. Spirit performs it now. You end the argument, you silence the fear. You plant the word like a stake in the ground, and divine principle constructs reality around it. This is not hope. This is finality, and finality is what gives power its form. Spirit does not respond to indecision. Spirit responds to authority. Authority stems not from emotion, but from utterance. Scripture confirms this. Job 22:28 states, Thou shalt also decree a thing, and it shall be established unto thee. Not thou shalt wonder about a thing, not thou shalt try to believe it hard enough, but decree, say it, seal it, stand in it, say it now, it is done, I have spoken. Spirit performs it now. Speak it as a warrior. Speak it as a priest. Speak it as one who knows that the moment principle is declared, the field begins construction. Say it again. It is done. I have spoken. Spirit performs it now. Do not speak it and then observe your surroundings. Do not speak it and measure by appearances. Speak it and let the principle do what it does best. Establish. Your word is the blueprint. Spirit is the builder. Divine timing is the delivery system, and nothing can stop what is final and truth. Say it a third time so your subconscious receives it as an order. It is done. I have spoken. Spirit performs it now. That sentence is not just a phrase. It is a gateway, and you have just walked through it. Now, let us move into the space where we integrate all 10 principles rhythmically. You have spoken each principle. You have declared each sentence. But to make them permanent, you must now embed them in the subconscious. Not as concepts, not as internal rules, because the world you experience is not created by what you occasionally say, but by what you consistently believe. And belief is shaped by repetition with emotion. Mental reprogramming is not a burden. It is the continuation of divine speech until your body, your environment, and your subconscious all move as one. The 10 principles are now yours, but they must be installed. An installation requires rhythm, requires ritual, requires voice. So here is your instruction. Speak all 10 principles every morning and every night for the next 10 days. Not as a chant, but as an activation. Not as a routine, but as a realignment. You must declare them as a sovereign, not a servant. As one who governs their atmosphere, not one who pleads for change. Picture this. Your body as a temple. Your voice as the high priest. Each sentence a spiritual torch that illuminates a dark chamber within, and with each declaration, your temple is relit, recrowned, recommissioned. I will now guide you through the 10 principles slowly so that you may begin this reprogramming. Now, let each one be spoken with breath, with weight, with full authority. I cast out fear with faith. There is no room for both. I expect the miraculous. I walk in divine assumption. I bless my life, and it overflows in perfect ways. Every delay is a divine setup. My good cannot be denied. What I lost returns multiplied. Spirit accounts for all. I give in truth, and it returns sevenfold. I am one with wealth, wisdom, and wonder. I speak only what is true of spirit, and it appears. I walk in perfect self-expression. Nothing can block what is mine. It is done. I have spoken. Spirit performs it now. Pause after each. Feel the vibration of the words. Picture them filling your environment like geometric light, shaping your aura, sealing your mind in new truth. This is not poetry. It is a blueprint. This is not suggestion. It is installation. You are not memorizing. You are magnetizing. You are transforming your voice into your compass, your speech into your shield, your rhythm into your reprogramming. Say this now to complete the sequence. These principles are mine. They move with my breath. I speak, and spirit acts. And so it shall be. Now comes the proving ground. You have heard the principles. You have spoken the words. You have reprogrammed your environment. But I now give you a command, not from pressure, but from power. Not to test your worth, but to prove the principle. And the principle always states, speak, and it is done. So now you must act in accordance with what you have spoken. Here is your challenge. For the next 24 hours, speak all 10 sentences, 3 times, each morning, afternoon, and night. 30 declarations in a single day. Not 30 wishes, not 30 hopes, but 30 spiritual commands. This is not to impress the divine. It is to establish a new rhythm. It is to teach your environment that you are no longer available for delay, confusion, or limitation. Do not wait for motivation. Do not wait for the right feeling. Do not wait until you are calm or ready. You are already ready because you are already divine. Speak the principle regardless of your mood. Speak the principle over your fear. Speak the principle over your bank account. Speak the principle over your body, over your home, over your breath. This 24-hour test will reveal what most never see. That spirit does not delay, but responds instantly when the command is clear, bold, and consistent. You will observe the shifts. An email arrives. A problem dissolves. A thought breaks. An opportunity arises. A memory heals. You will notice the field moving because the field obeys spoken order. If nothing seems to happen externally, look within. Do not judge by appearances. You will feel something clarify. A fog will lift. A heaviness will release. And that is how you will know you are no longer operating by default. You are operating by decree. Let me remind you of what is written in Isaiah 55 minutes and 11 seconds. So shall my word be, that goeth forth out of my mouth. It shall not return unto me void, but it shall accomplish that which I please, and it shall prosper in the thing whereto I sent it. It cannot return void. It must form. It must perform. If you speak it, it must appear. So declare now, I do not wait, I speak. I do not guess, I decree. I do not delay, I activate. This is your 24-hour window, a temple of power, a sacred field. Do not let it pass unspoken. And if you accept this command, affirm it into the invisible right now. I accept. I speak the principle. I expect results. It begins now. Now we seal the gateways. We lock in the vibration. We set the rhythm so deeply into your being that it cannot be undone by noise, by delay, or by doubt. This is the sequence of tenfold power. Not a whisper, not a chant, but a spiritual drumbeat. And when you speak these declarations together, without hesitation, you generate energy. You generate clarity. You generate command. You will say them not to plead, not to convince, but to broadcast your alignment. These are the 10 keys that transform life when spoken. And now we stack them, activate them, and send them like arrows into the invisible. Breathe deeply, shoulders back, voice steady, declare. I cast out fear with faith. There is no room for both. I expect the miraculous. I walk in divine assumption. I bless my life, and it overflows in perfect ways. Every delay is a divine setup. My good cannot be denied. What I lost returns multiplied. Spirit accounts for all. I give in truth, and it returns sevenfold. I am one with wealth, wisdom, and wonder. I speak only what is true of spirit, and it appears. I walk in perfect self-expression. Nothing can block what is mine. It is done. I have spoken. Spirit performs it now. Again, I cast out fear with faith. There is no room for both. I expect the miraculous. I walk in divine assumption. I bless my life, and it overflows in perfect ways. Every delay is a divine setup. My good cannot be denied. What I lost returns multiplied. Spirit accounts for all. I give in truth, and it returns sevenfold. I am one with wealth, wisdom, and wonder. I speak only what is true of spirit, and it appears. I walk in perfect self-expression. Nothing can block what is mine. It is done. I have spoken. Spirit performs it now. Let your tone rise. Let your being shimmer. Let your breath carry command one final time for yourselves, your path, your finances, your future. It is done. I have spoken. Spirit performs it now. There is no higher truth, no stronger gateway, no greater power, and now it is yours. Now, beloved soul of power, I leave you with one final instruction, not to strive, but to declare. Not to consume more teachings, but to speak your place in the temple of principle. If you have felt the shift in your bones, in your breath, in your memory, then do not let it remain private. Let the principle be written, not only on your heart, but in this space. Speak your principle below. In the comments, type the one sentence that now defines your atmosphere. Type it boldly. Type it as a covenant. Type it as principle. This is not for show. It is for permanence. The act of writing your word is itself a decree, a spiritual record, a public declaration. You might choose, "It is done. I have spoken. Spirit performs it now." Or, "I walk in perfect self-expression. Nothing can block what is mine." Or any of the 10 principles that awakened your spirit. And if this message has resonated, if your rhythm has returned, if your authority has been reawakened, subscribe, not for more information, but for more alignment. This space is your altar. This channel is your reminder. Each video is a new gateway into your divine rhythm. Do not wander alone. Walk with the word. Speak with the principle. Remain where your truth is honored, because you are not one who pleads. You are not one who wonders. You are one who speaks, and creation listens. Now write your principle. Speak your sentence. Seal your transformation. And so it is.